Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609. We're going to go out for a drive this morning, or out and about. What do you call it? A drive about. But be that as it may, I was out walking this morning and did something that prompted me to do this video. And what was it? Well, I was walking and I was coming back home, and there was a lady going the opposite direction that I've walked with many times. Nice lady. About my age, actually, believe it or not. And instead of my usual smart remark or something stupid, I said, "You look really nice today." You hear me? That's called a compliment. Well, folks, that changed the whole makeup of the conversation. Okay? No, I mean, it was really a light conversation, a lot of fun. And yeah, I could tell she just beamed, because people like to be recognized, number one, and they also like to be complimented on their choice of dress or whatever. But a compliment or a kind word which costs you nothing has a lot of impact on the whole world through the ripple effect. By that I mean the ripple effect. In other words, I was nice to her. Now, there's a good chance, because she's in a good mood and feels good about herself, that the next person she meets or talks to, that she's going to be nice to them also. And on that goes. You see how that ripple effect works? But it's just I don't know, it's easy to criticize. Good God, boy do I know. I mean, I get it. And am I critical? Sure. I'm human, but I try to be nice. I do, and I do pretty good. I probably do better than most. I'll say that. Now, how good is that? Probably not very good. But I don't receive compliments well, because that's the way it was when I grew up in South Texas on a farm. You felt guilty. If somebody said something nice to you, you felt like they were trying to get to you. But I've kind of gotten better at it. I remember one time years ago, a person told me that, you don't know how to receive a compliment, do you? And I thought, well, that's, that little slap in the face, that little slap in the face there kind of woke me up, and it occurred to me I don't. The best way to receive a compliment, just say thank you, I appreciate that. That's a good way to do it. Or just smile. How about that? That's another good way. But yeah, so instead of being critical, let's try being nice. You know what I mean? And it's there. How many ways can you compliment someone? Well, let's see. You can always compliment them on their clothing. That's one. Ladies can compliment each other on their hair. Men don't normally do that. And also, let's just say that you're at the office, or I'm not. I don't go to an office anymore. Haven't in years. And you notice the custodian or somebody doing a good job. Instead of just noticing it, say, "Hey, man, you're doing a great job. I appreciate that." You know what I mean? Or something along those lines. Why? Because it'll make their day. You want to be the custodian. You want to clean toilets. Somebody. Let's just say you use Uber or Lyft. Of course you pay. That's obvious, and you may leave a tip. Some people do that. But in addition to that, say thank you very much. I appreciate it. You've got a clean vehicle or a nice car, or you seem to be a nice person or something like that. It'll make their day. It'll change their whole life. Yeah, we're on Park Road 4 now, going up over, quote, the mountain. It's not really a mountain. Well, it is here in Central Texas, but a kind word. I thought about moving that forward a little bit. On up to at my level. I'm not much. I'm nothing actually. But you move it up a level to say a state representative. Let's just say that instead of being critical of everything that's going on around them, that all of a sudden they were respectful of other people's opinions, and responded with kindness instead of the usual slap in the face or belligerent response, something ugly. You surely couldn't let, if a Democrat and Republican were having a conversation, even though they might basically agree on whatever it is they're talking about, they're not going to act like it, and they're going to say a lot of ugly things to each other to try to solidify their position with their constituents. So that's that doesn't work. And then you move it on up the tree. Move it to the presidential level. Different in every part of the world. And when world leaders get together, you got to know that's an ego contest. Basically, they go to these meetings. I don't think they even listen to each other. And if they do get together for something that's semi-important, we got a little foggy here, so the video may look a little clouded, but it's just a little fog here. It's just an early morning fog. It'll be gone in a little bit. But the option is to look at me, and I think this is the best choice. But yeah, a kind word. Wouldn't it be nice if the leaders of the world, instead of criticizing each other and threatening each other through the quote media, and I'm not even sure that the leaders ever say any of the things that they're attributed to, or that's attributed to them. But the illusion is they hate each other, okay? And that's probably not true. They probably are, since they're at that level, they're probably respectful of each other's positions. I know I would be. I mean, I would be very respectful of any other leaders throughout the world, no matter where, because that's not an easy job. People think that, like even running a city is an easy thing to do. Well, if you really want to find out, get on the city council and see how popular you are. Yeah, see how many people want to kill you or get after you. So, but if they were kind, if everybody was, if we would just loosen up a little bit, and if you give somebody a compliment and you use kind language, does that mean you're weak, or that you're a coward, or that you're scared? No. Actually, I think it's just the opposite. I would say that it probably means you're the strongest, and the person that just wants to duke it out all the time has the vocabulary of a rodent, and that's the only thing they understand. They don't have the comprehension to understand what people are saying, so they get defensive. And that's not a good place to be. You got to try to listen. That's another thing. That's a whole new ball of worms there. Do we really listen? No. Yeah, and I'm going to do these softball videos like this. This isn't what, there's no, this will get 10 views, Do I care? No. But it's a good video to me. Why? Because it makes a point, and a point in every direction is a perfect circle. But the point is, instead of bringing people down, why don't we build them up a little bit? Let me tell you this. I've said this in other videos. You can't help a person across the river without being there yourself. In other words, if you compliment people and you're nice to people, then they're always going to be glad to see you. That's step one. In fact, I knew a salesman years ago. I won't mention his name, but he used to call on us at the newspaper many years ago. And everybody was always glad to see this guy. Well, his first name was Joe. Everybody was always glad to see Joe. Why? Because he was always laughing. He was always in a good mood. He always had some jokes. And that's just the way he was. And then afterwards we'd go out somewhere in a little bar somewhere and drink a few beers, and he'd play his squeeze box. That's an accordion. And no, it was, everybody was glad to see him because Joe had a sense of humor. To him, life was he was a businessman. Don't get me wrong on that, and he made a lot of money by being kind and joking. But yeah, there's something to be said about that. All you guys that are making calls in the world, instead of walking into an office for a business meeting with a frown on your face, looking like Mr. Serious, how about walking in with a smile on your face, and the first thing out of your mouth is a semi-funny joke? That would be nice. Did you hear the one about, just some corny thing, and then get on with the stuff, Once you've gotten people to relax, then you can sell them something. That's a fact. First thing people, whenever you're in a selling mode, the audience you're talking to, the buyers, are always on the defensive, because they know that you're going to overstate your position, understate the initial price, and all that kind of stuff. But try two things. Try having a little humor in your presentation and being totally honest. In other words, this is it, man. I'm not kidding you. Now, would that drive your company out of business? I doubt it. It may drive them right into business. But anyway, this video is just about the power of a compliment or a kind word. Think about that. You sure look nice today. That's a good one. I did that today. And, that you're doing a good job, or boy, that was a good choice you made on this or that, yeah, you were right on that issue we were discussing the other day. Yeah, that you were right. Admit you're wrong if you are. And but anyway, we're just driving down Park Road 4 and I'm burning a little daylight. And this video will probably go up earlier, because what I'll do is when I get into Marble Falls, I'll go ahead and upload it, because my internet is so slow, and I'm shooting this on my Pixel 3a, and so it'll be a little bit, well, it's shooting in 1080p. The other one shoots in 780? Is it 780? I guess 780p, and it goes up quicker, but the mic won't work on the LG G4 anymore, the external mic, and then what you get in it is a lot of road noise, and I know I don't like it, and you don't like it. So what else can I tell you? I'm off to see the Wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Great stuff, guys. Watch an old movie, Yeah, the Wizard of Oz. Watch the Wizard of Oz. That was great. Alice in Wonderland is good. All that old stuff, because those were productions. I mean, they spent a lot of money on that stuff. And it shows, because they've hung around all these years. But, something with a little, quote, humor, light humor, is good. And today is, watch SpaceX launch. If they launch today, this is the corporatization of space, and I'll do a video about more on that later on. I'm not real knowledgeable of it, but I find it fascinating. And I'm just going to do a series of softball videos. I say series, I don't know. I mean, all my videos are softball, really. I mean, I don't put in a lot of flavor and stuff. I just talk. But having said that, guys, on Park Road 4, Central Texas, USA, temperature 66 degrees, 8:38 a.m., headed in to get me an avocado. I'm not going to get any more bananas, even though those fell off. I don't know why they did. They just fell off, fell off the deal. So, having said that, what can I say? Thank you all. Thank all of you for your comments, all of the kindnesses that you've shown through the years. I sincerely appreciate it. I want you to know that. And all the gifts that I've received from hundreds of people over these years, thank you very much. You have a pure heart. And with that in mind, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission. That's why. And you know that. But it doesn't cost you a penny. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, take deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out slowly, relieve stress. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Enjoy your life one day at a time. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, hasta luego, adios, bye-bye, aloha, all that stuff. See you next time. Bye-bye.